up, Dace Tagline Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Dace Man Show. I am your host, Chris, the Dace Man Dace, and joining us as always, Gibby.
Woohoo!
Back by the producer, that's Frank Ward.
Hi.
And I'm sitting in Cheever's seat.
Damn.
I guess I could take him off.
Kicked him out. This is when we were going to give him the reins, too, if I remember correctly last week.
I do. I think I was going to yield all responsibilities to him. Even though I think Alan went for it today in one of the chats.
Yeah, he said he was going to file a class action lawsuit, so we said take it.
Yeah, you're part of the deal, by the way, for the settlement.
Oh, shit, son!
It's like you get depression, disappointment, and Brian Gibson. Anyway, we got a show for you tonight. Happy Valentine's Day.
I
The
love
bigger
you guys.
story is what happened on Sunday.
Sunday!
Something
And
happened.
at least in this room, it mattered for one person.
Rihanna played. Jesus Christ.
Rihanna was pregnant!
Ray!
And it mattered because he might be the father. Happy Valentine's Day.
She
Could be
was dancing around all the sperm.
Well-
the one that got her.
See, that's the thing. She wasn't really...
Did you watch the Sarah Silverman thing?
That's fucking hilarious.
I didn't watch it.
Sarah Silverman's the host of The Daily Show this week.
Well, I didn't see. I saw it on TikTok.
One of her jokes was
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on it, so kudos to her.
I picked up, me being me, I was like, imagine what would have happened if they were all white men inside those costumes.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's where my mind went. And
One was sexual, one is a tad bit racist.
I was just like, what the fuck? The other thing is, guys, that was the perfect Smash Brothers map.
Yes, I saw that image. That
Yep.
was fun.
I was like, what the fuck?
But as it goes for a halftime show, it was kind of boring. I get that she's pregnant, so yay.
Yeah.
But like, there was nothing.
She barely moved. She's definitely not like her normal performances. But I also don't think she's performed in almost like 7 years.
No, that was the big thing. Was this was her return to performance?
She's not returning. There's no way she can return.
Well, no,
Well, not now.
I'm just saying that was the bill, though. Is her
We
return?
talked about this on Sunday when we were watching the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. She probably signed the contract before she got pregnant.
Yeah, because she didn't look like super pregnant.
Yeah, so I'm always wondering about those contracts and how they're actually worded. Because
From what I understand, they don't get paid.
I'm wondering if they pay the Super Bowl, to be honest. Because they benefit way more than the Super Bowl does.
Yeah, she made like a ridiculous number
Yeah, because
off of the streams that happened because of her being in the Super Bowl.
yeah, and then her album sales and single sales are gonna spike as well.
Although Amazon got in on that because the hip hop whatever vinyl of the month was her album. So
They cashed in early too.
yeah, I got it. I didn't go out and buy it, but
Yeah.
you know it's part of the monthly vinyl crate box.
So it's kind of I've always wondered that, but they'll never tell you the details behind something like that.
No.
Yeah,
And why Weird Al's never been drafted.
Because he doesn't want to pay for it.
probably. Yeah, yeah.
He's like, I got my fan base. They'll come. Yeah, I don't need a boost.
Yeah.
Contend
I'm
here.
still waiting for my album, man. It still hasn't come yet.
It's May. It's a May release, isn't it?
It's not soon enough.
Which
man.
doesn't make sense considering the movie came out in November. I don't know what the holdup is that they can't produce it to co-release.
I got that shit day one.
I waited a little bit, but I got it.
I saw it. I was like, fucking buying.
And some of the versions, like he remastered some of the versions. Like he went back in the studio and re-recorded some of the stuff, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
But the Super Bowl game itself,
Woo!
that was some TV.
It was a good game.
Up until the last 2 minutes.
I was gonna say up until the very end. Ended poorly. Like if they didn't get the penalty and then they actually had a shot and we lost, I'd be more okay with it than how it ended. It's sort of my problem.
So am I getting a Mandela effect? But was there really a face mask thing on Jalen Hurts when he fumbled?
I don't think
I don't
so.
recall.
Like I've been seeing pictures of it now where it has like a chief has his mask as the ball's coming out,
I haven't.
but also internet.
Yeah.
It's
I
internet.
haven't seen it. I didn't notice it when the play
I don't-
happened,
yeah, I
but
don't recall. Yeah, I don't recall seeing it. Yeah.
because the big thing was he just dropped it on a
Yeah,
bait
it looked
like.
he wasn't touched, but then there's a picture floating around. Again, don't know the credibility. I don't personally care enough, but it
Oh.
looks like there's a guy's hand on his mask as he's dropping it. I don't remember. I don't care enough.
Yeah, I don't remember. Doesn't mean it wasn't there, but I don't think so. Because I don't think he had anybody near near him at the time.
That picked the ball up and scored was also the guy that I thought he swatted out of his hand is what he did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was the closest guy
he
to him.
Tackle him. Let's put it that way.
Well, then that could be just the angle of the camera. If he's
yeah, his hand went up.
Yeah.
It's out there. I'm sure it'll cross one of your feet at some point.
Yeah.
Because like that's the shitty thing about the Eagles being in the Super Bowl. The Facebook feed for the last couple of days has just been
bitching and moaning.
Yeah.
There's a
I
few.
It was a good game. I mean, honestly, it's probably the best competition they versed all year, and they hung in there the entire time. I mean, they were winning at the first half.
I do have credible gripes.
I do think it's kind of weird that everything was review replay against the Eagles. It's like, why aren't we reviewing anything against the Kansas City Chiefs?
Because you guys are the ones catching the balls against your helmet, flailing out of bounds. That's why it's all review on you.
Yeah.
I do have at least 2 sticking points. One,
2 gripes.
The grass.
The slippy grass?
Yeah, and that's not one way or the other, but like that's not why they lost.
I actually want to go there specifically because I just want to run and slide on it.
I want to know what kind of grass they developed. Like they told you that the brand or whatever the fuck they called it, the grass was.
Yeah.
Why? Why is it different there than anywhere else?
Well, that's the brand new stadium, right? I don't know if anybody's actually has anybody played there.
They played there all
Chiefs
year.
said they played there at the beginning of the season.
That's Arizona's home stadium. They play 8 games there.
So the problem was that they weren't slipping around anywhere near as much as the Eagles were. The Eagles looked like they were on a fucking slip and slide.
Nah, the Chiefs were slipping just as much.
The Chiefs were nowhere near as much as the Eagles were.
Okay, and then the second half, where can I get whatever they gave Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, you and Kevin.
Because we talked about it before they went in. Because they said, "Oh, it's a 30-minute halftime." And went, "Dear God, your adrenaline rush is going to run off, and you're going to just be stiff as hell."
Again, he just sat there as his teammates went by slapping him. Stay in it, Patrick! Stay in it! Stay in it!
Because he came out and looked... I didn't see any injury there.
He had a cup...
He was like, oh shit.
Well, it's kind of like when wrestler Fate gets hurt on like the right leg and all of a sudden starts selling.
I'm almost wondering if that's what caused the defense to go into fucking paralyzed mode.
Well,
I wonder if they went in, changed the game plan up, assuming that he was going to be hurt. Yeah.
I mean, it could have just been a stinger. Like, have you ever quickly twisted your ankle and you're like, oh, fuck, that hurt?
Yeah.
And then after a bit, you're like, oh, no, I'm good.
Not walking the day after the Super Bowl. Maybe a couple hours after sitting down in a car.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
The amount of the face he made was kind of the face I made when I fucked up my ankle.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he's got way more money and he'll be fine.
I mean, his face could, like, I'm just playing it as devil's advocate, I guess, of like, he got that stinger and then he panicked because, like, oh no, I'm gonna, like, I can't finish the Super Bowl. Like, fuck. And then after winning the back, they probably gave him, what, the cortisol or whatever it is they inject into shit?
They gave him a lot.
Like, they still gave him something.
I'm sure they gave him a lot. Anything that's legally possible, they gave it to him.
It just seemed weird that, like, a guy who was kind of limping towards the end of that first half.
Maybe that's why. Remember how I kept commenting about how he kept running weird? Maybe that's why.
You're right. He was running weird at the first half too. Before he got.
Was he? I couldn't remember the timeline of I commented.
But he was hurt going into. Well,
he wasn't really moving 100%. Around at all in the first half, and in the second half he started to running. But
even his running was that like old man shuffle.
I was gonna say, like, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It wasn't running, so like that could have been part ankle too. I don't watch him enough to know if that's his always running motion.
Fair enough.
Running stride.
He's
not. He doesn't run often.
More of like Allen when he's running. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, yeah.
I thought Allen.
That's what I paused for a second too.
Oh, sorry.
Like when have you seen Allen run?
I just thought it was weird.
Maybe it could be like Allen. I don't know. I've never seen him run.
He probably got
He came out better somehow in that second half, which I mean I get to a point because you probably went in the locker room and they didn't talk to Andy Reid because it wasn't.
I don't know if he came out better or the defense just played worse.
Well,
our defense did made a force 2 punts and botched field goal.
Yeah. But I mean, Mahomes.
And in the second half, they scored a touchdown on every fucking play.
Yeah, but he also took off running a bit in that second half too, and you'd assume that if your ankle wasn't feeling great.
Again, that's why I'm saying I'm wondering because they saw him injured if they went in and changed the game plan like an idiot.
Possibly.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He was faking.
No, well, I mean it could be because
he pulled a soccer move.
Well,
flopping.
You watch the replay. It definitely wasn't a total flop. Like the replay, you can see the ankle turn. You can see the ankle turn of like that's not normal. Again, it could be but it could be a moment of a stinger. You know, obviously you milk it, make it like you drag it on the way back. Like, oh no, how could I ever finish this game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, then you come out like, JK, woo.
And then the infamous call at the end.
Run.
Yep.
Which will be debated in Philadelphia history for the next 20 years until they get back to the Super Bowl.
Well, the problem is it a hold? Yes. Should have been called is the better problem.
I still didn't see a definitive picture where it was a hold.
He was holding him. He grabbed him in the very beginning of the route. It's not like when you think of a hold, you're thinking you're actually impeding somebody. His hold is more of like holding him so he knows where he is. That way he can look at look at the quarterback and look at. It's a very common thing, so that's like sort of the weird.
I was gonna say it's the type of hold for the most part that happens on every given play. They just pick it. Like I'm pretty sure there was one earlier.
I don't even know
that they didn't call.
Hold. Like again, to me, are they holding? Yes, but they're doing it so they can look elsewhere and figure out, if he's sprinting out, he knows he's got to turn and book his ass.
I assumed holding was gripping.
What they normally look for, they say they look for, is the turning of the body. Like, you can touch them, but, if you pull it and you pull their body, that's what they're going to call the hold on. But obviously, receivers catch on to that, and then they can do a little, a turn.
Yeah, a little turn or whatever.
And, if you turn and flail a bit, and granted, general rule should be, you call it the same way all day. If you've been harping on that all day, you keep calling it. If you haven't called it, you normally don't call it. Normally.
Normally. Unless you get a call from the commission.
Exactly.
But the other,
unless the fix is in.
But also, generally speaking, once that ref threw the flag out, they very rarely pick it up and be like, "Oh, JK," on that kind of thing.
Very rarely, yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of go like, kind of like our slow pitch softball shit. Once the up calls it, no matter how wrong he is, normally don't backtrack it. They just kind of go with, you deal with it.
Yep, but it is
a very crucial moment to have a deal with it moment.
That's my whole thing, is if you just let them, if they didn't do it, they would have got the ball back with a little over a minute left. You could have seen what happened. If they lose, they lose. That was a great game.
Yeah, because they would have had to kick the field goal then because that was third down, right?
Yep.
Well, I guess they wouldn't have. But there's always a chance they could have went for it on fourth and got it. They wouldn't have. They would have kicked the field goal.
They would have took the field goal, and then we would have had a minute and whatever and 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
And you would have seen if Jalen could have put together a game-winning drive, or he gets smoked like he was doing pretty much the entire second half.
So the other question I have before we end our Super Bowl chat, they did get a drive, at least one attempt, and it was the Hail Mary pass. The fuck, he threw the Hail Mary that looked like it was just fucking send it early in and we got a touchdown, and this one looked like he aimed at a trash can.
I think it was because...
Frustration?
No, I think it was because he was moving forward like that in the pocket, and he never really set himself correctly.
He didn't get enough, which is weird because it's not like anything was going on. He had time to set your feet, plant,
plenty of time.
throw.
Yeah, he rushed it. It was, I don't know why he climbed the pocket like he did.
Yeah, because again, there was nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why. They weren't even... The 3 people that they charged at him weren't basically the offensive lineman and defensive lineman were just kind of standing there with their arms on their they weren't rushing. They didn't want to. All they were doing was just all in a contained thing to prevent him from running out. I don't know. It was.
Do you think he had a moment where he thought he could run it?
That could have been the other thing. He probably might have halfway in the middle of the throw maybe I should just run. I don't know. It would have not ended well either way. But yeah, it was very, very, very weird.
Well, that being said, it's baseball season, bitches!
Woo!
But we'll get more on that when the pitchers and catchers actually return on Thursday. But I do want to talk about other things that came out of the Super Bowl, such as trailers. Which, first of all, I want to make a note. Fuck you! Okay? I tune into the Super Bowl for commercials. I don't tune into the Super Bowl for commercials to say, hey, see the whole thing online on YouTube.com. That's some bullshit. I was there to watch the trailers. Not be sent to YouTube to watch the full trailer.
What trailer was that?
Guardians, The Flash. It ended with, they gave you a little 15-second teaser and said, see the full trailer now.
Is that to save money?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Probably.
But Jesus got about 7 minutes, so fuck this shit.
Who's Jesus?
Jesus.
Jesus?
Yeah, you didn't see all the Christian commercials?
No.
Jesus, that one guy on
I
the
saw
cross.
a lot of fucking EV commercials, which I didn't fucking understand.
Yeah,
EV
everybody.
commercials or Jesus?
Yeah. Everybody's got their EV coming out.
Yeah.
Why?
Jeep charging it in the middle of the desert because there's going to be charging platforms there. Good job, Jeep.
The best commercial was the one with the fucking. It came later in, and we laughed at it. I think it was Ozzy. Was it the Ozzy one? The Rockstar commercial?
Yeah, probably.
I think that might have been the best.
And I don't remember what that was for. That was for some like.
Yeah, I don't know what
sales
the product
platform
was,
or
but
something?
basically they were like, stop using Rockstar in the workplace. And Ozzy's like, I've done things that you shouldn't have done, or I shouldn't have done.
Rockstar, the
As well
energy
as-
drink?
No,
No.
it was some analytic something or
Yeah.
it was some business software.
Tim knew what it was and
Yeah.
groaned. So I guess it's some kind of spreadsheet program for medical. But
Wow. Okay.
There was one Pepsi
And
commercial.
they paid that much money for a fucking Super Bowl
Yeah.
ad?
The Pepsi commercials were a chuckle. Like, it wasn't a hearty. It was just a, like
the
Ben
lead-up
Stiller.
stuff was better.
Yeah.
Where Ben Stiller, Steve Martin was shitting on Ben Stiller in YouTube ads leading up to the big Super Bowl ads, where they're saying, was it really good tasting, or was I just acting? And they were clearly acting.
I don't know if it was Roku or one of them, where they had it, where it was
The
like
Tubi thing?
The Tubi, or yeah, one of them that was like it opened up an app on your screen.
Oh, see, luckily, Dace and I were in middle conversation, so we both just glanced at it and we're like, whatever, and just continue what we were talking about.
Well, it's because, for starters, you should know what you're fucking using.
And it still said ad in the top right.
Yeah, so, but like, how many of us actually use fucking Tubi?
Yeah.
It's like
That's a good question.
Hulu's green, so like as soon as it did the clicking noise, I looked at it and went, whatever, because it's not. Hulu's got a different layout, so for people to actually be fooled by this commercial, either A, you're a Tubi user and they really fucked with you, and that's pretty funny, or
Well-
you're an idiot.
See, my thing is, I'm trying to remember if my Roku has a Tubi
App.
button where
Really?
you could actually, because I have a Netflix, a YouTube, Hulu.
I have Disney Plus, Hulu,
I don't know what the other and then
Prime,
there's-
and
Well, no, I mean just on the controller.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Tubi.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Tubi got big enough to get buttons
don't
on
know, yeah.
on remotes.
Roku might have.
That's fine.
They put some. Well, I have a Roku TV in that guest room back there, and it's got some weird fucking apps that were just preloaded on that smart TV.
The Dace Man Show button on there even too.
And it's like,
fucking-
what? We have an app? Thanks, Dan. But it's just. I like the Rockstar commercial. The Ben Stiller Pepsi commercial, I think, was better than the Steve Martin one. But that might be because Steve Martin came second.
Yeah. Because after that, it's like, okay, we know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Haha.
I swear there was another one that made us laugh. But I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. It wasn't the Breaking Bad one. Because, again, they put that on the fucking YouTube beforehand.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't the Doritos
There
one.
was a lot of them. Like, the problem is almost all of them now air on YouTube before they ever land on. Yeah.
Which makes 0 sense. Why would you leak your $1 million commercial beforehand?
Well, not really. I mean, the problem is they're product testing, or testing it out there, and they figure out which ones do best. I mean, if you think about it in the long run, they're the ones that do the best. Therefore, you put them in the spot where you get the most eyeballs on. I mean, it oddly
guess.
like.
But how you
They're
how you
using
quanti-
us for the older people.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the problem is you're reaching two completely different demographics.
It's
sort of
going
the
to
problem.
not be
Yeah.
useful in a years when they're gone.
Yeah.
And we
Well-
still use YouTube.
Well, the problem is though, is like people who are watching YouTube aren't going to be interested in the same stuff. Like that's my whole thing. It's like you're targeting two different demographics.
Well, yeah,
Just because it does well on YouTube does not mean it's going to do well on TV.
Yeah, but again, what's qualifying doing well on YouTube anyway? Just views? You got to deal with the algorithm and how it's pushing your shit.
Oh, I
Well, no.
I
Or
saw
likes.
it on
It's-
YouTube as an
you
ad.
Can, you can tell it as
Well,
because you click into the ads or whatever. You can tell.
So how much
many
interaction
click
the ad gets is the
Yeah.
quantitative stuff? Well, what if it's a toddler that just watches shit all day, tapping on shit?
through. Well, congratulations, you get some fake numbers there.
Yeah.
Get those stupid baby
Well,
commercials with
I'm sure if it's anything
The
like
E-Trade?
my company, you know, basically if they click into it, whether or not they put something into the shopping cart and whether or not they actually proceed through the entire process.
Who actually clicks through like a Doritos commercial? You know what Doritos
I'm
fucking
sure
are.
there's some fucking crazy people out there that do it.
Facebook's gotten
Those market,
Doritos?
not Doritos, but
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Ads.
Like,
That market thing is those people that do shit. I've sat through a couple other things. Like they got a lot of fucking analytics out there that you'd be completely and utterly shocked on.
I get that.
Shit
I'm
they
just
got on
saying.
people.
I'm just wondering how accurate it really
Yeah.
is.
I don't get it.
I
and-
have succumbed to the.
Yeah.
You want to know something? You probably know.
And it's like, and they're not even talking like, you know, crazy numbers. It's like, oh, we got like a 3% conversion, but it comes into fucking millions of dollars.
I'm sure computers
just
know
because
people are
of the
gay
amount,
before they
the
come
amount
out.
that they spam that shit out there. It's just fucking mind blowing.
Like I'm sure the computers knew Cheever was gay before Cheever knew he was gay.
Probably.
So
I'm going to use that as an example because he wasn't here to be defend himself.
No, that's
Anyway.
very fair.
Did you guys get to see the trailers? Because usually we would be able to talk about that after the Super Bowl. They didn't send you for the full thing at YouTube, and you guys don't go to YouTube.
I actually did watch the Guardians one.
Did you?
Yes.
What did you think?
Oh, I didn't watch any of those. No.
I figured you did.
I watched the little clips in there. I think there was...
There's the Flash and the Guardians were the biggest ones.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Flash because I don't care about DC.
It's sadly, aside from some, I guess, rendering issues, the Flash doesn't look that bad.
I mean, I might end up seeing it. By that I mean if you say we're going
Flash
opening
is
night.
The series, or
No,
they recast it?
it's that fucking idiot.
Oh, they brought the idiot back?
No, they didn't get rid of the idiot. They just let him stay. Let them stay.
Okay. That's right then.
So the Flash is going to have that Spider-Man No Way Home
Okay.
debate.
Okay.
Because you're getting the Ben Affleck Batman, and
Batfleck.
you're getting Michael Keaton.
Oh, God.
And Michael Keaton's got a character poster.
Oh,
so that
God.
means Michael Keaton's going to be heavily featured.
Mm-hmm.
They also brought in Supergirl, which is a brand new actress. But it opens the realm to...
But brand new, it's not the one that did the movie that they canceled?
That was back.
That's bad. Yeah.
Oh, that was Batgirl. Shit, wrong
And
one.
it's not the Supergirl that was on TV. That the one politician thought was hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it opens the door for other cameos or... They're dealing with their multiverse in the Flash. I wouldn't be shocked if the TV show Flash shows up, because the TV show Flash did a little bit with the movie Flash in an episode. So they might just have something similar to that, like a nice little hat tip to Grant Gustin.
Or he just takes over.
Oh, God, that'd be so fucking great. I love him as the Flash. And he's in his final season, so he's gonna have some free time.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
Wait,
it,
that thing's
but
still
it's a very low
going?
bar. It ends this year.
Jesus Christ, what,
It's
fucking
the-
season 30?
It's the last show of the Arrowverse. And Stephen Amell's coming back, so that'll be interesting how they explain that. But the Guardians one,
Yes.
who do you think dies?
Everybody.
That is going to be the Marvel question going forward for every sequel, because actors want out of their contracts.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going with probably everybody. Except for maybe Chris Pratt might hang around.
I was gonna say, Chris Pratt probably, the Batista doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say
I don't
Drax.
think he dies, though.
You think they write him off into the sunset?
Yeah, I don't think he'd be so open about it if he died.
And do you think that's because they also showed in the trailer the clip with him with like a bullet hole?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're feeding it too much.
Yeah, I think Rocket's going to bite the dust.
Okay, yeah.
Why? He's just a voice actor.
He's the voice actor, but this story is very heavily around his origin. The high evolutionary guy, the black guy that had like the weird helmet on the back, who's
Yeah.
going to be the villain. He's the creator of Rocket, and there's going to be like that whole storyline. And I think this is a way to like that would be probably the heartstring moment if Rocket died.
Yeah.
Because he's such a dick.
Yeah.
Through everything. I don't think Star-Lord's going to die.
No.
I can see that now.
I guess evidently you can't really kill Groot.
No. Even this is the second Groot, and everybody's like, no, it's Groot.
Yeah.
It's not. It's the same way they do with the Baby Yoda bullshit.
Technically, I mean, it could be the guy that whistles.
He's already dead.
Oh, he is? Fuck.
Yeah. He
When
died
did
in the
die?
second one.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, well, they could kill the guy that takes over for him.
He might. He's going to DC to be a weasel, so...
And he's an easy auxiliary character to kill off again, or to kill, because...
Yeah, and still somewhat matter. Like, it'd be like, aw. Why'd you kill Sean Gunn's, or John, whatever fucking Gunn's brother, James Gunn's brother? I don't think it's going to be Mantis.
She's a nobody.
Yeah, and she seems like someone who wants to stick around because she is a nobody.
Because what else is she doing?
I get it'd be fucked up if they kill Gamora again.
Yeah.
Nebula, I don't know if she can die. They just put her back together.
Yeah.
And the trailer shows Star-Lord and Drax both in positions where they look like they're dying.
Right.
So I really feel like it's Rocket. So that's my theory there.
Your Deadpool is on Rocket?
It's on Rocket. Yeah, I don't know where you go with the Guardians if you don't have that dynamic. Because the other thing that's been happening in interviews is when James Gunn's talking about the end of Guardians, he's like, well, this is the end of my version of the Guardians and this iteration.
Yeah.
Which means the Guardians can continue. Sylvester Stallone's listed as a
Oh my god.
lead character. And his character in Guardians 2 is the original leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
So he could take it over. Be weird to put all your eggs in the basket of a 78-year-old, but, they brought Harrison Ford on.
For the love of fucking God, no.
I agree, wholeheartedly.
Holy shit.
But wait, if they went that route, though, are they killing Chris Pratt then?
They would have to.
Yeah. Or he just rides off in the sunset with Gamora. Or, as the trailer teased, Nebula. That was the best part of the trailer.
Yeah. Where he was kind of like, well, maybe.
That was a very Andy Dwyer moment. Like, you know what? I'm excited for it. Not as excited as I am for, like, Ant-Man this Thursday.
Yeah. Woo, Paul Rudd.
Which apparently is not scoring well with critics.
Fuck the critics.
The
Paul Rudd.
critics are giving it average, which means I'm probably going to fucking love it.
Unless they kill Paul Rudd, then the critics are
Ant-Man
right.
and the Wasp, Quantumanium.
If they kill Paul Rudd,
Comes
then
out
I
this
agree with the
week,
critics.
though, right?
Thursday.
I was just gonna say, I don't think that was out yet. Because they did a trailer of that also at the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I stopped watching them.
Yeah.
fair.
Because now it's just too much that they're doing. And I don't know, like, it's high. I'm hyped for Kang. Like, I think I'm going to have the same love for Kang that I had for Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird that I'm liking, like, these different colored people. But with Ant-Man and Wasp, Paul Rudd is too obvious to kill.
I would agree. I hope.
I do think he gets stuck, which is fucked up that he gets stuck before both major crossover events.
It's just what he does.
But it's Paul Rudd, so it's fine.
He got lost. It's okay.
I think Hank and Janet died.
That's
Both of them?
Well, the weird thing I find is there's not much of Hank Pym in the trailers. They've got one little soundbite of him saying, "Was that guy broccoli?" And that's all they fucking posted of him. He's looking and he's like in a couple scenes, but that's the scenes they keep reusing.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna bite the dust. I also think his wife's gonna bite the dust because she knows Kang.
Okay. Yeah.
And the power move for Kang is to fucking eliminate the person who knows them first.
Yeah. It kills her, and then like Hank does something to try to like avenge.
Yeah, and I think MODOK's gonna get
got.
him because MODOK is Darren Cross from the first one.
Okay.
Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's still that grudge there with him and Hank Pym that he probably takes it more out on Hank than he would Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think those two are making it. Hope might not make it either. Remember when Lost finished? She retired.
No, but okay.
When she finished Lost, she said she was retiring from acting.
Oh, okay.
And then got Ant-Man. So she's just been sticking with it. I don't get the same vibes out of her that she wants to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So she could be a potential death. Paul Rudd, I don't think's going anywhere.
Good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. And even if he does, I think he comes back in Secret Wars from a different multiverse.
Just because it's Paul Rudd?
And would not even acknowledge that he's not a different Paul Rudd. He would just continue as, no, I'm Scott Lang.
Alright,
and
that works.
just move on about it.
That works.
Are you going to see this one?
What one?
Ant-Man and the Wasp? I know you haven't watched Black Panther.
I did watch Black Panther.
Did you? What did you think?
I watched it over, where did we go? I went to Poconos.
That's what he did in the mountains.
Well, there was nothing to do. Everything was closed. Like, there was literally nothing to do. There
Okay.
was no snow, no nothing.
You haven't watched
The
it yet,
fucking
right?
President Steve Hill was just fucking grass. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Yeah, I'm like, this is bullshit.
You haven't watched Black Panther yet, right?
No.
Angela Bassett, the mom.
Yes.
The queen? Best supporting actress?
No.
Okay, thank you.
No.
I mean, I'll still say no.
I will, like,
No. It was-
nothing against your opinion.
Oh.
She was
Yours I would value a little bit more.
Okay. I mean, I keep
He's
meaning
not
to watch.
big up on that type of stuff.
Yeah, she was like.
It felt like she was yelling everything.
She was very weird in the entire thing, but yeah.
She felt like she was yelling everything. Every time she delivered a line, it felt extra. It didn't feel like acting. It felt like, I'm gonna yell my lines! Like Leslie Jones.
I mean, she was.
But emotionally.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Namer? Or Namor?
Namor. He wasn't that bad. I just thought the whole plot line was weird.
I forgave them for the plot line. Because their star died.
It was, yeah, like, it was...
That's a hell of a pivot to not have your title character.
Yeah, it went very weird, and then then how they got the fucking plan or whatever seemed very forced. Like it just like they were trying to band-aid on band-aid on band-aid to get the Black Panther back. It was fucking weird. And then I guess there is no Black Panther.
Sure.
I don't think she is, though, because she has to eat the thing to not become the Black Panther and then go on top of that thing and fight the guy in order to get the Black Panther. So I'm assuming that guy is the Black Panther now?
I am down for M'Baku being the new Black Panther.
That's my guess, because isn't that what the whole first movie was about?
Oh, yeah, the whole challenge.
Yeah.
She wasn't there to challenge, so therefore, doesn't it go to him?
Unless she chose a warrior in her stead. But I don't care. I'm down for M'Baku to be the new Black Panther.
I mean, at least that's how...
He is the saving grace of that franchise.
That's how at least I took that fucking ending. I could be wrong, but that to me is how I took it. It was fucking weird.
I haven't watched it since November, but I remember that now, and I am down for that. If he is the new Black Panther, send it.
I mean, unless they come back later and I have fucking no idea. It was such a fucking weird movie.
Yeah, and meanwhile, there's that weird subplot of the white people. Yeah. Everett Ross and whatever Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character's name is.
Oh,
Valentina or whatever. They have a whole side American CIA plot going on where Everett gets arrested.
That entire thing makes no sense.
But then gets freed. Because when they arrested him, I
forgot who freed him.
Okoye, the Dormalage, the guards of Wakanda, broke him out. Which is weird, because when they arrested him, I just assumed that she was going to experiment on her ex-husband, because they're apparently...
Exes, yeah.
Yeah, Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character is married to Martin Freeman's, is that his name? Actor's name?
Sure.
Yes.
You
want me to look it up?
The other white guy that was in Black Panther. That wasn't Claw.
Again...
That wasn't Andy Serkis.
I have no idea.
I think his name's Martin Freeman.
I probably should just look up Martin Freeman. That's a name.
He was Watson to Sherlock in the Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, Martin Freeman.
So apparently his character was married to Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character at some point. She arrests him in this movie for talking to the Wakandans without telling her.
Mm-hmm.
So for treason.
But she knew about it.
Yeah.
That entire fucking subplot was so fucking weird.
I thought they were going in the direction that she was going to experiment on her ex-husband to make him the Red Hulk. And then you could still have a Ross as a Red Hulk that's not Harrison Ford. Because, I don't know why they're banking on old people.
Yeah.
And then the Dormalage broke him out, and it was like, oh, so there's no point to this.
It was,
It was all over the board.
Yeah, again, it's just like the first one. The first one was all over the board, too. Like, the plot lines just were, very fucking scattered and made no fucking sense, and then trying to... I feel like it was too long, too. I don't know. It was just fucking...
I gave him more...
I also felt the first one was too long. It just kept dragging, and it's what the fuck am I watching?
I gave him more of a pass this time around because Chadwick Boseman died. From the sounds of it, he was ready to shoot that second movie and sent the script to Chadwick, and Chadwick didn't read it, and then, Chadwick died 2 months later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then had to go through the whole process again. And the original story was supposed to be Chadwick finding out he had a son with the actress that plays Maz from Star Wars, Lupita Longo, or whatever the fuck her name is.
Mm-hmm.
But Chadwick, or T'Challa blipped, but they didn't. So she had the child, he was 5 years old, and when T'Challa comes back, he finds out he had a kid.
Oh, okay.
And that's the story they were going to run with. And basically, as he's trying to bond with his son, that's when they encounter Namor.
Mm-hmm.
Now they had to pivot of, we're killing T'Challa. Shuri has to get her shit
kill him.
together.
He was just dead.
Well,
But yeah.
he had some kind of disease that they didn't disclose. He died. There's a gap of protection for Wakanda. And then you brought in Riri Williams as the catalyst to have the Aztecs and the Wakandans battle.
Yeah, I don't...
Only for her character and all the progress she made in this movie to be wiped away by the end of it, when Shuri goes, "Yeah, we're keeping all that equipment you built. You can't take that with you."
Yeah, like, the whole like, well, why were they deep sea putting the machine down that far in the like?
They were looking for vibranium.
I understand that, but why the fuck would you do it down there? Why not do it in Africa near where fucking Wakanda is?
Because every time they got near Wakanda, Wakanda was attacking them. They saw it as a declaration of war.
They were attacking, trying to get it, I thought, not trying to use that machine.
They used that machine to see if it was elsewhere on the planet. The elsewhere on the planet happened to be Namor's place, and that's what pissed off Namor. To go, hey,
I don't know.
You share your fucking vibranium, they stay away from me. And then Wakanda's like, nah, fuck you, pal. And then, like, war.
Then,
It was just fucking...
It was all over the place. They had, like, 4 storylines running at once.
Yeah, it was...
And only, like, none of them mattered.
No. Like, cause you know, at the end of it, you don't know who the Black Panther is.
But we're here for M'Baku.
Yeah, like, you don't know what the state of Wakanda even is at that point. I mean, they got the fucking shit kicked out of them by water.
They rebuild quick.
It's
like,
M'Baku land now.
You have no idea how the rest of the world even feels about Wakanda after whatever the fuck just happened. Like, the rest of the world knew. They gave you one scene where, like, oh my god, Wakanda's getting attacked. And then we're gonna just forget about the rest of the world for the remainder of the fucking movie.
YouTubers and TikTokers raised money for Wakanda, and it was a whole movement for a week.
Honest to God, makes, like, there's so much in there, it just doesn't make fucking sense.
Well, yeah. And that, like, nobody acknowledged the underwater species.
Yeah, and it's like...
They're like, oh, Wakanda's getting attacked. By who? Oh, we don't ask.
By who? No, let's erase the guy, and that's how he got arrested. It was a fucking shit show. I mean, a literal shit show.
So there's a running theory that... I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers for Secret Invasion that's coming to Disney+.
No.
So there's an actor in that who's currently the president. The running theory is his vice president is Thunderbolt Ross, who was played by William Hurt, who will now be played by Harrison Ford going forward. And the scene in Secret Invasion is that president dying.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like a explosion, his car gets flipped, people are just saying, oh, okay, he's dead. Which would then make room for President Thunderbolt Ross, which would then move the Thunderbolts movie into production. Thunderbolt Ross tries to make his own Avengers, but with bad people.
Oh, with naughty people.
Yeah, so you get like a Dark Avengers storyline.
Yeah.
That's where like Venom was Spider-Man and Norman Osborn was Iron Man. He was the Iron Patriot instead.
Mm-hmm.
So like they had like the evil equivalents as the Avengers were disbanded, and then these guys stepped in. The interesting note too is that somewhere in Phase 4, I forget what movie it was or what show, the Sokovia Accords are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been She-Hulk where they mentioned that they weren't in process anymore, or like they weren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So that means superheroes kind of have free reign again.
Wasn't that the whole point of Cap versus Iron Man?
Yeah, the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought after that they were done.
No, because at Infinity War, as Thanos was attacking for the stones, Ross wanted Rhodey to arrest Cap, Falcon, and Widow when they showed up at Avengers headquarters.
Okay.
And then, you know, he's like, yep, on top of that, and then just didn't do it. After Endgame, they got rid of it.
That's when, like, okay, I guess you kind of saved the world, like, for real, and and you guys aren't listening, and fuck it.
And the two people that were really fighting about it are dead, so let's move on. I'm excited for Ant-Man.
Woo, Paul Rudd.
The good thing, aside from the critics, the good thing that's being talked about this movie is that it's the most influential on the MCU since Endgame. Meaning that this movie is going to actually fucking move the entirety. Unless they lied again.
Good job, Paul Rudd.
And then I get mad. Man, yeah. You're believing a lot here, man.
Well, I kind of look... If you look at Phase 4, it's very similar to Phase 1, just with, like, lesser-known characters.
Yeah.
They're rebuilding.
Yeah.
Phase 1 was... It felt nonstop that the Avengers movie was never going to happen. Apparently, there's a story going around now that where Bob Iger stepped in and made sure that Kevin Feige wasn't fired before Age of Ultron.
Oh, really?
So, like, at mid-Phase 2, Kevin Feige's head was on a chopping block.
And he just step in and be like, whoa, 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 like,
Give it time. Give it time.
there's a plan.
Yeah. And now Kevin Feige's probably unfucking touchable. I have a feeling Phase 4 was that.
Yeah.
That they're building all these characters.
Yeah, I was on record saying that at some point after one of the movies.
Yeah.
That saying, like, it's going to be boring. I think it was after the stupid, the one with the 17 people.
Eternals.
The Eternals. I think it was after that one where it's like, yeah, it sucks, but, like, it has to suck because we got to meet people.
I still think that one's a miss.
No, that's fair. I'm not saying it doesn't make them good.
At least the scope of the plan, I don't see where they come back in.
They don't. It's just there.
Because there's the couple of them died.
Yeah.
And then a couple of them got kidnapped.
Probably should kill off a couple more to wheedle.
Yeah. And 3 of them had Harry Styles. So
they're touring.
They're pregnant, and now they can't do anything. But, like, in the grand scheme of things, they don't... I feel like they're going to get the Inhumans kind of depth of, like, yeah, we don't want to acknowledge that we hate what we did.
But
they're not coming back. Except for, like, really cool cameos that don't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
Black Bolt blowing his own fucking head off. Because they used the same actor for that, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for this because I do think we're going to get a cameo or two, maybe just one, in this movie of an influential character.
That'd be cool. I already forgot who's in this, so.
Well, right now it's all Ant-Man.
No, I meant in the universe anymore.
Yeah,
like, it's, yeah.
There's a running theory that the post-credit scene in Shang-Chi, when the rings are blinking a beacon,
yeah,
the beacon is the quantum realm.
See, that's a person that's in this realm or in the series now that I forgot.
Shang-Chi?
Yep.
I thought that was the Eternals thing, but alright.
No, the Ten Rings is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
No, I thought that's why it was blinking.
Oh, no.
Oh.
But there's a theory that's coming from the quantum realm.
Okay.
And that all these, like, the bracelet that Ms. Marvel had, all this shit's interlinked to Kang's technology.
Okay.
And it's Kang trying to get out of the quantum realm. And basically, Ant-Man and Wasp is him getting out of the quantum realm that triggered all that shit.
Yeah.
So, that would be cool. The cameo-wise, I don't care who it is. Maybe it'll be Spider-Man. Thank you, Spider-Man! Anyway, that's all I really have for conversation-wise, since it's kind of just dying.
Woo, Paul Rudd.
Woo, Paul Rudd. We'll have more Ant-Man and Wasp next week after we see it.
After I just drool over Paul Rudd. Or I'll be very upset. That's a very possibility.
Yeah. If Frank's not here next week,
I'm in mourning.
we got some bad news for you fans.
Yep.
You got gaming news? Time for gaming news with Gibby. Gibbles and bits, gibbles and bits. I'm a little bird who loves gibbles and bits. Gibby.
Woohoo!
Might
So,
have put that
as we
early.
said last week, Nintendo Direct happened.
Nintendo. Which was cool.
So I guess 5 of the main things that came out of it was
Pikmin? What?
4?
Another Pikmin?
Pikmin 4.
They announced that a while ago. They gave it
Apparently it's going to now allow you to ride a tiny space dog. And they showed, I guess, a little trailer clip of it or whatever. It looks fucking weird.
Well,
the whole
did
game's weird.
you play any of the Pikmin games?
No. Well,
Oh,
I've not played it.
He's seen the character in Smash Brothers.
Yes.
I tried to play the first Pikmin. When did the first Pikmin come out?
2001.
2001. So I was too young and retarded to understand how the game worked. Because I remember playing it and picking up the Pikmin and then not having a clue what to do. And I, like, ran around the little starting area like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And then just gave up on it.
That sounds like a 2001 thing for us to do.
Then
Then 9/11 happened.
Sure.
Yeah, because it came out in October.
Oh, so you were still stunned from 9/11.
Yeah.
One way of looking at it.
The only way to look at it.
They also announced that Splatoon 3's expansion pass will bring you back to Inkopolis.
I didn't know they left.
Exactly. So obviously the people that know about the game, you're going back. I don't know what that means, but there you go.
That's rough.
Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp is finally coming out in April. So I guess it's a reboot of a I've never heard of it before.
You are a Nintendo
Advance
master.
Wars. I know.
Cool. I have no idea.
One thing that might interest some people here is Nintendo Switch Online is getting Game Boy and GBA.
I have Game Boy Advance.
Oh.
I have played the shit out of Tetris already. I know that there's Tetris Remix, and we've had that for years.
I wasn't gonna
But
take it
like,
from you.
I
That's
wanted
okay.
the black and white version. We had 2 songs to pick from. That's it.
That's right.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't even remember the second song.
Other news: Metroid Prime Remaster also came out, I guess, that day.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was Wednesday. I think it was
Last Wednesday.
Yeah. Apparently, the game creator is a little pissed that he didn't get credits for that.
Yeah,
so-
they didn't give any credits to the original crew.
Yeah.
Oof. Rude.
So, be
Well, they
interesting.
didn't work on it, so
That's right.
come into the office once in a while, Carl.
They also released another, I guess, image or
They released.
trailer of The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, and they also announced that it's going to be $70.
Yes, I saw that. It is the
God.
first Nintendo title to be $70.
Yeah, I was a little shocked
And
on
I'm
that.
not. Well, I'm not shocked that that's the first to do it. If
Yeah.
you're gonna start it somewhere, that is the most hyped Nintendo game at this moment.
Yeah. So there's that. There's a bunch of other stuff.
Less
minor
important thing.
stuff. I mean, I can go through it if you want, but
They do a
not
lot of
really.
indie games that like they'll go through their entire fucking indie album.
Xenoblade came out with a new DLC wave, and they were basically talking about it. Sega announced some stuff. It's a bunch of
Did they add games to the Sega Virtual Console?
not that I'm aware of,
No.
or not at least not that they specifically said.
Well, I thought the big hitters was the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. Disney Illusion Island got a gameplay overview. Bayonetta Origins provided an overview of its gameplay. A lot of these games I've never really even heard of.
There's a
That's
lot
the
of
problem.
indie games or
Yeah.
games that were popular on like the Wii U.
Omega Strikers was announced. So I believe that's the soccer game.
I know Mario Strikers was a soccer game.
Kirby's
that what he
Return
said?
to
I don't know if I have
Dreamland
that or not.
Deluxe
thought
will
you did.
feature a new Mangalore epilogue. So I guess a new single player campaign. I guess.
Okay. Well, they're re-releasing the Wii U version. Do I have it?
My eyes don't work.
That's
that
fair.
way.
That's the hardest one to look at.
No.
Mario Strikers, yeah.
Oh, I do have it. Is it still in the wrapper?
Mario Strikers Battle League.
Yeah. Is it got Bowser on the front or something?
Yeah. And no, it's not in the wrapper.
I don't know if I ever loaded that to my fucking system.
But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff. A lot of it's really providers I've never even heard of. So
Well, there's a good 45 minutes of just garbage.
Garbage.
And then they go like, oh, by the way, here's really cool stuff at the last 10 minutes.
Another thing in news that's kind of interested me, probably going to interest any of you guys. Team Fortress 2 is apparently receiving a large update over this summer. So Team Fortress has been out for fucking ages.
You know what's weird?
They've always had minor updates, but this is going to be the first one in a long time that they actually put out a large update to this game.
Came out in 2007.
You know what's weird? These type of stories that we're like, yeah, we'll talk about when we get there. We're not gonna get there.
That's right.
Oh.
Mind blown.
Oh, sadness or happiness. I don't know where we stand.
We'll see what happens.
PlayStation State of Play is reportedly coming within a month, and it's supposedly going to be bigger than the showcase right before E3. So there's definitely
They're gonna be at E3.
apparently a bigger
I thought
showcase
they all-
before E3.
I thought they all pulled out of E3. The three
I-
big guns.
I think
Or they're not having a spot on
PlayStation
the
they're
floor.
not doing they don't do it as big. That's why I say it's gonna be bigger showcase before. Like they usually do all the major announcements prior.
The fuck Sony gonna
And-
announce?
They just announced it. They
I
didn't
assume
actually say
Spider-Man 2 gameplay and maybe an update on Wolverine.
maybe.
I don't know.
So Minecraft next update adds cherry blossoms. Fuck you, Dan.
So is that a whole new wood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another tree.
And
Yes,
you get
it-
some kind of sniffer too. Sniff, sniff, sniff.
Well, that was the mob vote.
The mob vote, yeah.
Yeah. And this is all part of 1.20. So it'll come out as the major update whenever the hell they do that.
So no date, but this is what's coming.
At least not that I've seen.
I've seen a lot of stories on it, so therefore it's probably going to be relatively soon. Plus, a lot of it's already in. Isn't a lot of it in the test realm? Or
Well,
Java.
you can test it. I feel like the camels are and stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Stuff is
So
already in there.
we may have touched on this before, but the thing is, the stuff that they're announcing to be released is stuff that they pretty much finished developing. Because they got burned on the whole Caves and Cliffs update with promising too much and not being able to finish it, pushing the warden back for a year.
Yeah.
So they went, okay, we're not going to do that again. We're only going to announce stuff when it's basically ready to go in the game. Which means if they're announcing it,
It's pretty close.
it should be close. Now, granted, I don't know how much more they're working on.
Yeah.
PCGames.com says they're expecting summer. But that's still not anything to go, like...
Yeah.
Well, didn't Dan say the other one came out June 1st? The last update?
Yeah.
So it could be a June window?
You usually have a midsummer and a midwinter update.
It was June 7th is when the Wild update came out.
Okay.
So if they keep that same timetable, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably. We'll see. Might be fun. Might not. Who
See,
knows?
we'll be talking about its launch, or we'll be off the air.
Yeah.
Which comes first?
Well, now the problem is then we have to go out past, 10,000 to find fucking these damn trees.
Yep. I believe that's where we're at.
10,000?
Or wherever the hell the
So
level
we're
Yep.
at
is.
6.
7, 8, 10. Wherever the fuck we're at. I don't even remember.
Actually,
I don't go far.
I don't
I don't
remember
go
where we
far.
pushed. I don't remember if we're still at 6 or did we push it after.
Our problem is Alan is the asshole that fucking immediately, well, Alan and Dan immediately go to the fucking border and do a circle. And it's like,
Yeah, where if they didn't, then we wouldn't have to go as far. It's just so we knew how far to guarantee. But
Yeah.
we started the realm, and then the first Caves and Cliffs part came out, so we started the realm with a 3,000 border,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then the first part of the Caves and Cliffs came out.
Then we went to
We went
6.
6.
No, I don't think we moved because we didn't really have to because
Yeah,
That-
the cave itself wasn't out.
the under part
Well,
we
we had to expand for the amethyst or whatever the fuck it was, or didn't we?
I don't remember if that's when we moved.
I'm pretty sure we expanded. I don't know if we did a full 3 though. Is my problem.
No, I know. I think every time we moved it, we went 3. I just think
3
when that
got
came
to
out because
be 9.
that's where we got the under negatives or under 0 stuff, and we said, oh, you don't have to travel for that. So, and the Deep Dark wasn't in yet, so I don't think we expanded. And I think when the Wild update came out with the Deep Dark is when we went to 6.
Yeah, so we should be at 6 then, right?
I think so? Question mark. I don't remember. I could look
I'm
back.
sure we'll find out that assholes went to 12.
That's right. Exactly. So, we'll see. Sony's developing a PS5 wireless earbuds for all of you people
Ew.
that like those wireless things.
I don't like earbuds.
I hate them.
I don't like things in my ear. I like a good coverage.
They need to be on a wire if they go in my ear because they fall out too easily.
Yeah.
I need to be able to catch them.
Where cat starts knocking around like a toy. Anyway. Xbox finally admits that the Game Pass cannibalizes some of its game sales.
Ah! I'm vindicated!
Yeah. They're not, they're saying it's not for all games, but some games...
Halo?
Well, again, they don't want, they're
They
very...
don't want to put a
scary.
specific name?
Yeah, they don't want to put specifics out there, but they're saying, yeah, some games are seeing that the sales are being cannibalized, and that...
I'm sure. Like, I'm going to play MLB The Show 23 because I don't have to pay for it. It's on Game Pass. And I've bought other ones just to have the cover.
So, I thought that was interesting. I don't know, they didn't really come out with hard numbers or facts or
You know what it
anything.
killed? High on Life.
Probably.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That game died. Disney's Dreamlight Valley probably died.
Yeah. At least from my experience, I think we keep talking about it. I haven't gotten back on.
I haven't played it. I have it for the PlayStation. I still haven't gotten the fuck back.
I also still haven't gotten back
Every
on.
once in a while. Or wait, is that the one that's on the
It could be on
Switch?
anything.
Yeah.
But like their rollout hasn't been as aggressive. Even though I think there's going to be.
Well, they're still saying that that's in beta or whatever, alpha or whatever the fuck they're saying. Like it's not completely done. But yeah.
But like I'm still on the Buzz and Woody quests.
Yep.
I think Simba and Nala are coming soon, and Stitch is in there, from what I understand. So those are 5 things that I still got to do. I have Buzz and Woody, but
Same. I got to the point I got them
didn't do
both.
anything with them.
I got them both back to the farm, and then I think I started a little bit of Woody and or Buzz, and just went, I ain't feeling this right now.
Yeah.
And then,
Haven't been back.
nope. But I also haven't gotten back to High on Life. I finished the second contract, and I'm glad we quit at the same point.
Yes,
in these
we do.
games.
We quit at the exact same fucking points.
I got back to the hideout on the second bounty, went to click on the third, went to the world, and went, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah. Because it's very repetitive gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, it's like, I don't want to grind in Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yep.
And I don't want to fucking do the same mob killings in High on Life. Fucking stupid.
Woo.
Yet I'll go back to Minecraft and punish myself every fucking Monday.
That's right.
And yeah,
We're
grind on
almost
that.
done, man. I'm shocked at how quickly that
Is it-
fucking carrier's coming along.
You guys didn't finish it last night, did you?
No.
I didn't think so because it was midnight when Dace and I bailed.
I came back and was like, oh shit, look at the time, and I was like, I'm just gonna call it a night.
I made the joke.
I mean, it might be done because Dan doesn't sleep, but
Nah, Dan probably as soon as we got off, I bet he went over to the Falcon if he stayed on.
but
But maybe not. He could surprise us.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's almost done. I mean, there's not much left we have to do. We just have to somehow build the rest of the hall and connect the 3 out of the 4 wings or whatever you want to call them, and then it's basically done at that point. And we can finish, or we can start decorating the inside. Either or.
I started playing around with the inside.
Yeah. I don't know. I started like the part that's left is kind of an ad lib part because it's hard to fucking see in the model. Because for whatever reason, the model I keep complaining about it, but he put those weird layers in the middle of the fucking model.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really fucking me up when I'm trying to count the block. I don't know why it's fucking me up. It probably shouldn't, but it is.
No, I totally get that.
And especially when the way it like layers up or steps up on some cases, I can't follow the fucking movement.
Yeah.
And if I swing to the outside, everything just meshes together. I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. Mm-hmm. So I just started kind of like ad-libbing and just kind of like, I know this gets attached. I don't know if it's supposed to go up by 2s or 1s or whatever, but I'm just going to move it up and attach it.
It looks beautiful on the map.
Yeah.
'Cause I figured-
the map is probably the main thing. So, like, we're already done that. Now it's just, just got to make it finish.
Yeah, because like the rest of it, like no matter how shittily, we could probably just do straight lines straight up.
Oh yeah,
And
nobody would know.
Nobody's ever going to notice, care. It's not going to matter.
Because even if you do go in and fix the interior, you're going to smooth all that inside out anyway.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see all the staggered steps.
Yeah, and nobody's going to fly around the back or around it, back of it, ever,
No,
probably.
Every goddamn stream.
Every stream,
Look
open
what
up
I
with...
fucked up.
Look at this fucking idiot. Look what they did. But, yeah. And the only other thing really coming out, obviously, is Apex. They're dropping their new patch
It
today.
dropped today.
Yeah.
And my PlayStation auto-updated. I lost... Oh, did you lose power today, Gibbs? Unrelated, but do you know... Oh. Well, I came home...
At work, like a normal person.
I was also at work, but I came home to my oven flashing, so I don't know if somebody tried to steal it.
Oh, no, mine, well, Ashley could have reset down, she would have, but she could have reset them all.
I briefly asked Cheever, and he just kind of said, yeah. And then, again, went to die.
He's going to hate tomorrow if the internet thing affects you guys too.
But anyway...
We're supposed to have an internet outage, at least here. They're working on our lines to improve it.
He said that...
Never gonna happen.
Fucking right.
Evidently, we lost power around... He said 11:30. I don't know how accurate or inaccurate that is. But, moral of the story is my PlayStation auto-updated Apex. It's never... It's supposed to. Thank you, PlayStation. But, like...
Is that the game for tomorrow night? I know we're doing plugs way early.
Yeah, I think that was the talk. I think it should depend on interest. If we have a full 6 squad, yes. If we only have 5, I wouldn't do it. Is my thought.
So wait, we can squad up with 6 people?
Yeah, that's the team deathmatch. It's a
Oh.
it's respawn, fight to first first team to 30 kills or whatever the fucking limit is.
Yeah.
But it's respawn 6 squad.
So how do you get, like, ammo and stuff?
Battlefront dudes.
I don't know those details.
Could be like Battlefront.
It's gonna be similar to
Interesting, yeah.
the old school team, like Call of Duty team deathmatch, is what I envision. I know Apex probably put their Apex twist on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you start with it. Did you ever play any of the whatever the capture the or not capture the flag the fucking
The node, the zones or capture the node or
yeah
whatever.
yeah that thing?
That was fucking weird. I didn't like it.
Well, I assume it's gonna be similar to that. They have
It's like a war. It was what Black Ops 2 or whatever, where it's like the
Yeah.
Warzone thing.
Yeah, I can't
It's
think of
like
what they actually called it
Yeah, it's a very...
in Call of Duty.
Those capture the flag.
No, it's
No.
they have little areas that are circled
it's a
off with
weird-
ABC.
It's a point thing, so it's... Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's war.
There's
What's
3
it called?
points,
War?
right? A, B, and C.
Yeah, but you don't like take
have
the
to-
flag with you. You go and hold that area.
Stand there, and then it like Battlefront had that.
Yeah.
And you capture. You just have to wait a while. It captures, then you have to go capture the other.
But
Call of Duty had 5 points. This one,
Did you use the word capture?
yeah, you capture.
Like capturing flag?
well, yeah, but
You
capture the
capture
flag, you
points.
get it and bring it back.
No, I know.
This
but I
you
think that's what they called it.
They need to call it war in Call of Duty.
Do they?
Yeah.
it was
Capture
called
the flag
something
is
weird
literally capture the flag in Call of Duty.
All right.
where there was a literal flag you could go and get. But
It's like it's a mixture. It's a mixture between
Domination?
domination and
that's the word I was trying to think of.
capture the flag. I would say.
But anywho,
Or it's more like it's like a weird King of the Hill and dominate. It's an interesting.
the real
It didn't really work well because you picked as 3 on your screen. You have no idea what your other teammates are doing. You can only talk to your squad
yeah, and I don't know if team deathmatch
So-
will still be the same way. 2 squads of 3.
because it really hampers fucking communication when that fucking happens. Because you can't communicate with the rest of your fucking team to actually put up a fucking fight. Like it was really I personally didn't like it.
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah.
I fucking
and then
hated
you can
it.
have a billion of the same character on your own side because it's not like you locked out. You lock it out for your set of 3, but not for the whole fucking team.
Oh, so you're saying we get like 6 rates?
no,
You could get
have
2.
2 wraiths. If it's 6 people, you have 2 wraiths. Well,
Oh.
unless you're paired up as 2s, then you can have 3 wraiths.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's 2 teams of 3 that get paired together or how it works.
Well, how many people do you start with?
6 is what they're saying.
No. I mean, like, if, let's just say fresh out of the box Apex. How
Yeah.
many characters do you have?
Oh, well, that's going to be the other weird thing. Apparently, there's going to be 5 heroes in the rotation, but only 4 of them were free. So I don't know how the fuck that's going to happen. So
You mean if you haven't unlocked them?
Yeah, if you haven't unlocked them, yeah. Only 4
I don't-
of them are available, so it's going to be quite congested if you
I thought it.
purchase them.
So it's like
I think so.
Multiverses where they would
It's
give
one
you
of-
a little teaser of the character.
Now, no, it's just for... I don't know if it's rotating. That's a good question, actually. My understanding is 4 of them are available, and there's a 5th one in there or some shit. I have no
I was trying to bring you have access to Wraith, Bloodhound, Lifeline, Gibby, and
No,
Pathfinder.
I don't think you have access to all of them.
No, I meant when we first got it.
Yeah.
It was 5, right? It was those 5.
Yep, and then now you have also have access to Watson. Or at least I have access to Watson. I don't know if that's just because I logged in.
I think I have everybody up to Veer.
No.
I've unlocked
Oh,
every.
you checked it out today.
Oh yeah, because you haven't unlocked everybody yet. Because you
I
got the
haven't
new.
unlocked anything, but
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
unlocked so far. I've only unlocked one character, and that's Lobo because that's the character I like to play.
I like Lobo. She's
But
nice
I
ass.
also have Watson, and I also have the girl that flies.
Valkyrie.
No, because they gave them to you for free for whatever fucking season it was.
Yeah. But anyway, though, real quick, my whole point of bringing up Domination was they have pre-selected loadouts that you choose from, and that's your loadout.
That's what I'm saying. There's 5
With
characters,
unlimited
you can
ammo,
Only
though.
do 4 is your problem if you don't have that other person, which is kind of weird. I don't know if it's locking you out or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah. I went back to what I was originally
Yeah, you're
talking
talking
about.
about the like.
You
what
get a
gun you have.
pre-selected. That's how they did that game, and there wasn't loot on the ground. You just
I think that's
Had
exactly
unlimited.
how Team Deathmatch works, though.
Like a
What I'm trying to say is there's 5 characters, but one of them if you haven't purchased them,
Oh.
you can't access them.
Oh, you're saying Team Death? Really? You don't get?
That's my understanding of it. That's what I'm saying. There's
Okay.
5, but one of them you're fucked on.
Wait, there has to be at least
Well,
6.
there has to
The
be at
whole
least
point is 6.
You're right. Well,
You would
unless
thi-
it's 2 teams of 3.
But that's still stupid to be like, oh,
Yeah.
you definitely have to have a duplicate, like
Well, yeah. But yeah, it's 2 teams of 3 or whatever. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's very
to force you to have a duplicate. I don't know. We'll find out probably tomorrow.
Because the other problem is like if you're
I
like,
can look on Xbox. I didn't
Yeah.
unlock anybody on Xbox.
because your other problem is, which drives me nuts when you did the other thing, is like let's say you're a lifeline or like, whatever, like, you can't really use your support abilities to support other members of your team if they're not directly on your fucking team.
Right.
Because they're not on your fucking team. It's so fucking
What
dumb.
Isn't Team Deathmatch all 6 of you run out?
Yeah. He's still comparing it like the
If they do-
domination type game. It was
was-
technically 9v9, but
Yes.
the way it was set up, it was just three squads of 3 colored blue, and you're on the same score,
Gotcha.
not the same team.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, like,
we would all be in a party chat together.
no, that is my biggest problem.
Well,
as well. You can't communicate with your people. Your pings don't communicate with the other people.
The game
if you're
chat.
a bloodhound and you do your sentry
But that
thing.
problem's solved with Discord.
yes.
Well,
If in this situation for us, yes.
for us it would, yes.
Playing with
Soon
randos,
with
no.
PlayStation, everybody. Ah, you're right. With randos, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Then you got 3 fucking frittatas running around that you don't know what to
so
do.
I
which is
honestly,
how it goes anyway,
I
yeah.
barely played it. Apparently, Alan loved the game mode.
I fucking hated it.
I hated that game mode.
There
because
was-
You love the game mode in Call of Duty or this current game mode?
He loved it in Apex.
He loved it in Apex.
Did you try it in Apex?
I did, but my problem
Well,
was when it came out. It came out.
Didn't it come out today?
They really no the fucking.
Still talking about domination, sorry.
Or whatever the fuck you want to call the other game mode.
I followed him this time.
Yeah. The problem was is I
it's a
played
ride,
couple
man.
Times. I won one time, had no idea why because it made no sense to me, and the other time we lost massively because we have a bunch of people who weren't fucking doing the objectives correctly.
That's it. Well, yeah.
Because
See,
you can't.
Is that a mode that's not available anymore?
correct.
No. Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
So it's really useless to talk about it, but
I've never seen it then.
Well, they put it out
It
twice.
happened in my absence. We'll see.
no.
Well, it happened twice.
No,
They seem to rotate it in and out.
I think it was there
My
when
guess-
you've been back. Just
My guess is Team Deathmatch is eventually going to cycle out. They'll probably cycle that game back. They're probably going to come out with a bunch of different game modes. At least that's how I'm envisioning it. And they're just going to cycle the game modes in as well. Because like I think Arena is also going to be one of those modes that they're going to eventually cycle out and have like so they'll have Arena as for this season you'll have Arena. For this season you'll have this control point. For this season you'll have Team Deathmatch.
is it just an excuse so they can keep changing maps and shit?
Well, I think it's to try and change the game up. I think it's a way of trying to keep up with how
Wouldn't that piss people off?
Fortnite sort of constantly changes things. Because they can't compete with Fortnite with how quickly they make all these crazy updates and add in all these new features, etc.
Oh, I mean, I have no idea what Fortnite does. I didn't like building.
Well, they get all the fucking.
They got some kind of
promotional
weird
stuff, yeah.
story going on, like The
I
Rock
ca- I
and John
can't-
Cena are in it. And
Yeah, what they do on theirs is fucking mind blowing, and it like if you actually are into it, I guess it's fine. But like you're
They are really quick to promote with a movie.
very quick, exactly.
Like Ant-Man, I think, is in it right now because of the release coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Thanos was in it during Endgame, and it was a mode that there was a Thanos event.
Okay.
They actually did something where they watched a fucking movie or something in it, didn't they?
They had fucking concerts in
That's
that
the
fucking
thing I was thinking of,
All right,
yeah.
they've done a lot of shit. So they have a much more versatile. I don't know if it's versatile is the right way, but they're
Ready Player One.
yes, they're much better at that than what like Apex and stuff is. It's like that's probably the biggest issue with Call of Duty, the Warzone, and that people bitch about. People like the game, but after 3 weeks of it being out, it's the same shit over and over and over again. Apex
Yeah.
sort of has the same issue. The way they sort of liven it up is because you have the weekly quests.
Yeah.
But you've finished weekly quests in if you're 2 days or whatever, and it's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Go jerk off in a corner or whatever? So that's why they're kind of coming up with these other game modes. I feel like to try and
I mean,
I don't think it's gonna work as well, but we'll see. My guess is every half season they might switch it up or something. I don't know.
that strategy sucks for players like us who have multiple games in our arsenal. I can see where that strategy is probably frustrating enough for somebody who's strictly Apex, like Kerbin. Kerbin kind of sticks to Apex.
Does that in football? I think.
Yeah,
That's
so
about it.
that's
Yeah.
kind of the stuff you stick to. So yeah, you want it to be freshened up. For me, who plays Apex maybe once every 2 weeks, once a week,
Yeah.
if we get on a trend,
I play every once in a while.
you can
It's
do whatever you
not-
want.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm coming on to play my 3v3 or my 3-man team with the people that ask me to play.
Yeah, it's not.
That's where I've gotten to.
Yeah.
I don't play with randos or any of that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much all I do is randoms, but it's it's very weird. I don't know where they're gonna go with it. I understand what they're trying to compete against, and they're trying to keep it fresh, but you're not fucking Fortnite. Sorry.
You never can be.
Yeah.
So I guess that's gonna do it for us this week on the show. Gibby, what do you got going on?
I stream every Monday. Hopefully we'll finish the. Well, we'll see. If it's not finished by then, but hopefully we'll finish the Hellcarrier this Monday, coming Monday. Basically done. It's at the grueling part, which is just the sides. All 4 wings, I think, are completed.
Yeah.
3 out of the 4 are not attached.
I think it's like 2. I think Dan attached the back one that I had.
Oh, he did the back as well. No, I don't. He did yours.
Yeah.
Yours the one that got attached. I don't know if he got finished
Didn't the
mine.
one Alan do get attached? The front one?
Not
None
that
the
I
front
know
ones
of.
have.
Oh,
He was
okay.
working. Dan was working on my side. I don't know if he
In the middle.
finished it. Because he was bitching at, oh, go look at what Dace did or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I didn't attach it. I specifically said I didn't attach it. Like, I didn't
also
build
different.
all the way to the fucking what's called. Like,
That side was also different because you have the.
yeah, then we bitched about it. And it's nothing symmetrical. I don't know why. Even the front, like, they're more symmetrical, but they're still different how they get attached to the fucking thing. But hopefully we'll finish that, and then I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. There is talks about a Waffle House, but I don't know where the fuck you're gonna put that.
I'm still worried about the scale of it, how we're going to do the sign and shit.
If we
Yeah.
build a Waffle House, can we make Jared
Yes.
sit in it on a stream for 24 hours?
During the game-a-thon?
Not his own separate thing. By
I
himself.
just want to shut him in a corner on the game-a-thon.
Go check out Jared at our Waffle House.
Yeah, he's over there.
Yeah,
This is the Waffle House stage.
yeah.
I'll
but,
create a Twitch account.
the Waffle House, the fantasy football loser. But yeah, so hopefully we'll finish that. I'm pretty sure we'll finish it this week because I'm like we've gotten a lot. Yeah, and then my fear is we're gonna finish it in like an hour and a half, and then you're gonna watch me make Monopoly Board again because I don't know if we have another
I
project.
don't understand how these last two projects have been just so
Yeah.
balls to the wall.
Well, the Defenders
hell?
Tower I thought was gonna take a lot more time. That thing literally took like a fucking day.
Yeah, I'm shocked at that too.
Yeah.
But the helicarrier was like another. I would put that on par with some of our other projects. Granted, there's no redstone involved or machines or anything.
I think it's just, as much as we bitched about the blueprints that we were looking at and shit, having that just made it tremendously easy and simple. Like,
Yeah.
there wasn't any thinking or anything. It just, go, build
At the
this.
same time, the arenas went up fast.
Well, the problem is
structurally.
Yeah.
with the model, all of us could be working on the same thing.
Yeah, nobody has to be like,
The
hey, go
problem
do,
is
like,
with,
what do I
the
do?
Pokemon thing is like there's one person building because the rest of us,
Yeah.
it's how do you interpret the fucking
Well, that
little fucking 8-bit fucking picture we.
and we
Yeah.
hit the wall of how much we have to currently clear. Which, after all we've depleted,
We might need to.
we might need to.
Yep,
Yeah,
we
might
gotta.
need to.
So the next stream is us clearing a mountain.
Yeah, several of them.
We need the fucking stone.
Franklin, what do you got going on?
If there's a stream, my voice is on it, except for Tuesdays, my face is on it as well.
Yay. We got a game-a-thon coming up. That's
Oh,
like
do we?
45 days away.
What is that?
Our total is currently at $30 from yours truly.
Nailed it.
You can go to basementprotocol.productions.com/DGCX to donate today. We're doing it for the Project Refit, who helps veterans of war and those who have depression, PTSD, things of those nature, cope and just kind of give them a support system that's there through retreats and buddy sessions. And you can find them at projectrefit.com. And that's who we're playing for this March 31st and April 2nd. Dace Tacular Game for a Cause 10. So we're also working on a March Madness bracket for that, which will be on Facebook, and you'll be able to access your Basement Protocol Facebook page. I gave Aaron 3 options, so we'll see if one of them gets done. I have more faith in him. He already had pictures in there of some of the comic characters.
Yeah.
I probably fucked it up because I went through and just went, you know what, I'm going to just build my own thing. And some of the pictures are interchangeable. I don't think you got anyone that I left off.
Mm-hmm.
I did 3 categories. If you're watching and have an interest in one of the categories, the first one is MCU-related projects. I went through and found 64 shows and films that have a connection to the MCU. So if you're looking at things like, oh, why didn't you put in...
Spider-Man.
I did put those in.
Spider-Man.
Like, why didn't you put in Ghost Rider? I'm surprised you didn't say that.
Ghost Rider.
Because Nicolas Cage does not have a direct link in the MCU. But I did put in Spider-Man 1 through 3 with Tobey Maguire, the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies, because both of those guys ended up in No Way Home.
Fantastic Four.
No, I did not. Because at least none of those.
That was my next thing.
None of those guys had a direct link in yet. Because the Reed Richards we met was John Krasinski, and not
I was just curious. Okay.
I did put in Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
Why? Did he make it?
Deadpool 3 is currently in production.
Yeah, but
for the MCU.
Oh,
And they're still
saying
using it. Yep.
They're saying it. Okay.
I did put in the Netflix shows because Daredevil made the jump.
Hold on. So now my next dumb question then: does that mean the X-Men now are canon? Because in 1 and 2 of Deadpool, X-Men were in it.
It's true.
I'm just curious.
No, I'm waiting to see what they do with Wolverine. That's why I didn't include him, because Wolverine comes from 2 different timelines. So they're going to have to establish which timeline is right. So those X-Men movies aren't in it because I'm just going with they haven't officially added those in yet.
Okay,
all the Netflix shows were added because Daredevil and Kingpin made the jump. They were in Spider-Man and Hawkeye.
Did Punisher show up?
Not yet, but I linked him.
The girl did though, right?
Nope, none of them have.
Did?
None of them have yet. But I linked him because
Daredevil guy did.
He did.
Yeah.
So I brought those shows in because Daredevil made the jump.
Yeah.
You'll see my logic if he goes with that one. We might not even go with that one. The other one is MCU characters that have reoccurring roles. So the rule of thumb here is they had to appear in more than one project. So you might look at it and go, oh, Moon Knight's not on it. She-Hulk's not on it. Because they haven't made multiple appearances yet.
So you're saying a series isn't a multiple?
No, I am. Hawkeye's in it.
Well,
Hawkeye's in multiple movies now.
Yeah, so's Loki. So both of those went from film to show.
I think Gibby's point is that
She-Hulk's in
had
multiple
6 episodes.
Shows. She's in 6 episodes.
No,
that was
you have to jump titles. So She-Hulk didn't show up in Ms. Marvel.
So then the Infernals won't show up in yours?
Nope, they only have one appearance.
They only have one appearance. Okay, so you're saying
That's at least the way that I work the character listings. Which is also kind of crazy because you lose a couple villains if they died in the movie.
I was just going to say, I don't know if I like that. I would almost say if they actually said they're in the MCU, you should probably just include them. But
no, because then there's too many.
Go outside of 64.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you can go out of 64 anyway.
Well, I don't want to. I'm just being nice to Aaron.
Yeah.
That's if he selects this one. The other one...
You didn't want to pull a me and give him 128?
Not at all!
Yeah.
Although I think it's easier on Facebook than what the fuck we were working with.
Oh, probably.
Because I recreated the webpage each fucking... They're still there.
Yeah.
The other option I give, and I think this is the one we're going to go with, is Marvel comic book characters. And I broke it up into 8 brackets. So, like, it's an X-Men bracket, an Avengers bracket, a MCU Young Avengers bracket.
Wait, how can you have an Avengers bracket? Because aren't they going to cross over into...
It allowed me to put, like, so you would think Wolverine is an X-Men, right?
That's what I mean, but he's also an Avenger.
Didn't put him there either. I put him in the Defenders because he made an appearance in the Defenders team. It gave me room to put other mutants on the X-Men squad by moving Wolverine to, like, the Defenders team.
So you cheated, but okay.
Cheat? Well, Wolverine's a part of every fucking team.
That's what I mean. Like, that's why I was curious, like, because, like, he's in the Avengers, he's in a lot of them, so...
He's literally in every team.
Yeah.
Same with Strange. Doctor Strange is on the Defenders. Doctor Strange is an Avenger. I put him on the Defenders. It opened up more slots for Avengers at that point. So it gave me wiggle room to bring in some characters that are not a part of multiple teams.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And would have gotten dropped. I have a villains category. I have a Spideyverse category. I took a couple liberties with that too. And then I think I have like Avengers Allies or something like that, which is like Falcon, Winter Soldier, like people that are Avengers but like aren't Avengers. Like they're big in the MCU, but they're not really bigger in the comics. So I'll see which one he goes with. I think he's gonna go with that one because I actually bracketed it out for him.
Didn't have to work for him, so it's like
and he had a lot of pictures already, so there's a good chance. The one bracket that's going to be weird is the MCU Young Avengers comic characters I used, because that's basically the second generation of these characters. Like Shuri's Black Panther's in there, so there's that kind of play with that. So that'll be out there. We'll have a guest streamers week. We're going to remind you that if you donate to the charity, we're going to have a couple tiered raffle system. $10 will get you into a Midnight Suns game console of your choice drawing. Once you hit $35, you can either select that game or select the Phillies opening day tickets. Not opening day, opening night tickets. And then if you get to the $50 tier, we have a PS5 with God of War Ragnarok.
Oh my god!
But you can also, if you don't want that for whatever reason, you can also enter into the other raffles. they unlock as you hit the dollar amount that unlocks them. We may add more prizes. We don't know. Nobody's really doing anything, so we'll see what happens, if anything happens at all. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here on the Dace Man Show. We'll be back next Tuesday. So for the few.
For my chickens.
For the proud.
And that whale.
And for the Dace-tacular. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week. And remember, Basement Dwellers, stick to the protocol. What's up, Basement Dwellers? I hope you enjoyed the latest Basement Protocol Productions creation. I'm Chris the Dace Man Dace.
I'm Frank.
And we want to drop some social media plugs on you. Check us out on Twitter at the BPP Official for all our tweeting needs. Or you go over to Instagram at the BPP Official as well for all our picture needs.
Or Facebook/Basement Protocol Productions. Or YouTube/Basement Protocol Productions.
And if you're somebody who likes live, non-stop action content, you can go over to twitch.tv/Basement Protocol.
Or if you just like the internet in general, you can go to www.basementprotocolproductions.com. Either way you do it, doesn't matter. We'll see you next time.